Hi guys. I just want to get on real quick and talk about hair loss a little bit more. I've said in a few other videos that it's really an issue for me because I don't feel like my hair, as I've gotten older, my hair's gotten much thinner. I never had much to begin with, but it's definitely gotten thinner. But and I'm just getting off work, so I'm looking a little ragged right now, so just ignore. But I have thought a lot about this topic, and I've actually gotten some advice from some friends who have also dealt with hair loss, not after surgery, but actually from doing like liquid diets and losing a bunch of weight and then having hair loss. The hair loss is caused by a lack of nutrition during the phase where you're doing the extreme dieting in preparation for surgery, and also after surgery having to only be on a liquid diet until your stomach has fully healed. So a lot of people experience the hair loss. The damage is done in that phase, the pre and post-op diets. And also, even longer after that, because it's so hard to get the right nutrients that you need after surgery. And so it doesn't really hit until about 3 months in for a lot of people. And what starts happening is their hair just starts coming out in clumps, but they also have a lot of new growth coming in. So they'll have these pieces that are just like maybe, like real short, just kind of sticking up like it looks like lots of flyaways, and those are new hairs that are already growing in. So once they're past that hump in their diet, they typically start experiencing the hair loss, but they already have the new hair growing in, and there's really not much you can do about it except really care for the hair that's new, that's growing in. But what they end up having is, because all that hair loss, they just have like really bad straggles underneath, just like this part of their hair gets super thin and just stringy. And so because like all of it's up here and there's just not a lot of bulk of it down here. So what I intend on doing is, of course, I'm taking the biotin, I'm using the patches, and also drinking the collagen in my broth, and those two things may still not be enough to really help me with the hair loss. So I'm prepared for several different circumstances. Maybe I'll be one of the lucky ones that doesn't lose all their hair, but and this is going to be kind of an ongoing part of my series, is like what I'm experiencing with hair loss and how I'm dealing with it. So I have several solutions in mind. One of them is that I'm using Grande Hair, which is it's a salon product that Grande Lash is for growing eyelashes, and it works really well. And then Grande Hair is a serum to put on the scalp to encourage new growth and faster growth and get your hair to grow for a longer period of time. So what ends up happening with that is that if you use it for a while and then you stop, you could have a sudden loss of hair. So this is one of those things that if you're going to do it, just commit to it, because the moment that you stop the process, your body, like your hair goes in 3 phases. It's anagen, catagen, telogen, and a lot of those hairs are being kept in catagen phase, and then when you suddenly stop, telogen happens, so you could experience a secondary loss of hair, which is not fun. And so I am using it, but I'm only going to use it, or I am using it only right in this area where I'm already pretty thin and short. But if it gets really bad, my last resort is going to be wigs. So one of my really good friends, she experienced a lot of hair loss with her liquid diet, and she said that she picked up some wigs, and they're not cheap, but I've always kind of wanted to try wigs anyway, because I struggle with my hair and I can't really change it a whole lot because the damage to it is too much. But I think I will try it this time if I have a lot of hair loss and I really need that. So, and there's one other option before I go that route, but just giving my hair a good shot. So I am kind of obsessed with having long hair because I've grown up with not that much hair, so I'm, you know, really careful about growing it out. But I also think that, you know, I might just give it a nice clean chop, you know, and just kind of start over if like I have all those flyaways up top. But my fourth option is the wigs. So going back to the wigs, there's wigs that you can just, it clips in up here, you know, because a lot of that hair loss is up in here. And, you know, you can't just put extensions in. It doesn't fix the problem. So what she did is she got a wig that just connects up at the top, and you have a hairline. And there's of course like other types of wigs, like, you know, the silk wigs that, you know, just you can't see that line very well. I don't know a whole lot about those, but the wigs that she gets they're from a company called Highline Wigs. So I'm following them on Facebook, and it seems like they have some really beautiful pieces, and I wouldn't mind changing my hair a couple of times. So I'm trying to look at like the silver lining to this situation. Is like maybe I just go through a period where I have different hair all the time, like, you know, while my hair is growing back in. And so you know, it's just one of those things you just can't get away from, but it is something that I want to address now and be prepared for when I have to deal with it in the future. So I'm trying really hard to prepare myself, but you know, like emotionally it's really going to bother me. It's really going to affect me, and I know that. And it's just one of those other mental things that's going to happen with this surgery that I'm going to have to deal with. But some people have actually reported their hair growing back in even sorry, the phone. They reported their hair growing back in even better than before. So maybe that is another silver lining for my hair. So I look forward to see what happens. I'm not looking forward to the hair loss, but I'm definitely looking forward to see what my options are. Okay? So I'll try to make another video tomorrow or next week, whatever. We'll see you next time.